Hey everybody, I finally got her going. This is the 850. I was about ready to take it apart and get the rings, just figure out the rings and all that on it because I could not get it to start. Well, two things come into play why I could not get to start. First of all, the compression was low in one piston because the water was in there. Well, I tried to loosen it up, didn't work. Well, while I was taking a break on this one, I was working on the 1000 that I have here, and I got a thought of squirting some bar oil in there, and noticed that it gave me some good compression right off the bat. It was good, and I tried to start. Well, eventually I got it to start and run, and now this one's running, doing good. Well, then I approached this one. I went back, I had it tore down, I had the head off, I put it all back together, and so I'm going into this trying to get this thing running, and I used the same method because it was doing exactly the same, but doing a method, and come to play that the spark plugs were not good that I had in here. So I swapped them out with that, and that helped a lot too to get her going, of course, you can imagine. Because now that one don't want to run right because it's got the old spark plugs in it. And it was doing good. So what I did is I kept squirting in there the bar oil. Now another thing I did to help this out is I put my propane heater, see that right there, and blasted it right on this engine and warmed this engine up real good. And I think that helped push it over too to get it going. So just if you're trying to get a motor going, it's been setting for a long time, there are some methods you can try. First of all, I tried the diesel fuel and the automatic transmission fluid. I kind of mix that up and throw it in there, let it set. And then it helped a little bit, that did. But putting that bar oil, squirting it in there with the squirter. Here, I'll show you what I got here. That thing right there, I used that, squirted it in there, pulled the spark plugs out, squirted it in there, put them back in there, and kept working it, and finally got it to go. It helped, it gave it enough compression to try to get going. Once it got running, the thing runs now. I'll show you here. Like I showed you before, remember it was trying to run. Oops. Now these, I didn't know it, but these you got to have the brake on to start them. Okay, my battery, I got a new battery for it. There it is. Running great. It's ready to roll. And that's something. So that, hopefully, if you have an issue trying to get one that's been sitting for a while, got a little water in it, the rings are kind of stuck, that's something you can do. Now another thing I did to keep from scarring up the cylinders is I put a heavy amount of two-stroke oil in the gas. So when it was doing, if that piston was hitting the side a little bit, it would protect it, hopefully a little bit, give it some lubrication to keep it from scarring up the piston, the cylinder wall there, and the piston. So I just want to bring that out. I got it all back together. She's running now. I can put all the plastics on it. I'm changing out. This one had the red plastics on it, like this. I'm putting that on the 1000. And so now this, I'm going to have to paint this white, or I'm going to paint this something else. I'm thinking about not leaving this white. I'm going to get some automotive paint, and I want to try to spray this with some kind of color. I might even try to get close to this. If I can get close to that, I'll try to spray that so it kind of goes together. Just to, and I'll tape off this stuff. I mean, this is pretty rough. These plastics are pretty rough, but I'll try to spray that and make it close to that color as possible. Now this one over here, if I get that color pretty close, then I'll spray the pilot on that one. But I'm keeping this one. This is a 2015 Polaris Sportsman 1000. This is a 2008 Polaris Sportsman 850. So I like this muffler better system than that one. And just kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, that's quiet. It's nice and quiet, but all right. Well, that's where I'm at now. I just got to put this all back together start piecing it in there. Everything seems to work okay and run okay. I drove it up the road and everything, so I got her all together. So I hope that helps somebody. Oh, I got to change the oil in this one. I did in that one. I got to change the oil, and that one's got to be changed again because it had a little bit of water in it. So I'm going to change it one more time. But hey, I hope this helps somebody that's working on these. This is my first time jumping into the Polaris with this setup, with the engine like almost a car engine setup. I see why they went to this setup, because all the gears are in line and it gives more power to the wheels from the engine. So when you get those crosses, you kind of lose power, and it's probably cheaper to do. They did have to stretch this out about 5 inches wider than the other ones. But what I want to do is get these all together, and I'm going to have a shootout between, I got an 800 Polaris 2012, I got this 850, and then they got the 1000. So I'll try to give you like a little shootout of what, if I see any difference or what I think about them all. So you know what it is what it is, but I'll let you know what I think about the whole situation. All right, everybody, rambling on. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, get notifications, push the bell, and hey, come back. You never know what's going to be coming up next. Got a wide variety of things. I always got something. Always got something going. Okay, everybody. Thanks, and have a good day.